In this video, we will take a look at the new GT Omega Pro stand. It's like a standalone, separated rig. If you don't have much space, like a really good solution, if you cannot put like a big rig to your room or to your space, it's a great solution. We already in the past covered several of those previous versions, but this new version is truly unique, and we will take a look. I must say it was pretty easy. I was expecting like an hour video, you know, but I totally didn't know that it comes pre-assembled. So it took like 5 minutes to get ready to like a basic setup. Now basically I can put a wheel and pedals on and it's done. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Like literally 5 minutes. You can do some adjustments and stuff on it. Very simple. You can fold it. The best part about it, you can fold it and put it away. It's very solid, but I will put a wheel and pedals on it and we will test it. The stand looks very nice and you can clearly see the metal part works. It's solid, you know, very easy to assemble, very easy to adjust as well. And when I put a wheel and pedals on it, it got very heavy by the way, but it looks very good as well. I don't want to only praise it. I wish I could put it a little bit higher, the wheel part, a little bit higher, but maybe it's just my adjustments. But when you look at the rig when it's folded, you can clearly see it still takes some space depending on what equipment you put on it, but it's still so much better. You can really work with that in your limited space. Because the Pro stand comes already pre-assembled, the whole assembly was about 5 to 10 minutes. Basically the most longest time it was to put the pedals and the wheel on. You also in the package you have a tray for attaching the H shifter or sequential, which is basically universal, so you can put probably any equipment on there. I tried to put a DD wheel on the rig and fits very pleasantly, no problem whatsoever. I'm not sure about the pedal tray. The pedal tray seems to be very simple, so if you have some specific pedals that are very narrow, I think you will have to either drill or make some adjustments. I put some clubs for pedals on it and it worked very well. I just wanted to show you like in a home environment when we don't have the cables, like we disconnect the cables basically. So, and done, basically. So, I would say like the space that you can save is quite good. Like obviously, I'm a huge fan of having a full rig, but I completely understand that when you don't have a space and you need something to put out and put it away, this is a good solution. Obviously, it depends on what equipment you will put on this thing, because the heavier it gets, you know. It is very solid, like that's one of the things that you will notice very easily, that the weight is there. When we assemble the rig, sit down. I haven't adjusted anything like perfectly for myself. I'm pretty tall, I'm 188, so I would say for someone 190 plus, it might be a little bit less comfortable, because I feel like it depends maybe on the wheel you're using, but on this DD wheel I'm using for this video, the wheel is very low, so therefore I cannot put it any more up. You know, I'm on like a limit, and also my seat is a bit up. I'm using 8-year-old seat, so it could be a little bit of difference. Right, I would say everything very easy. It's very easy assembled. It's very easy to put together and like adjust everything. It is literally made to take out from a corner, put it in front of, I don't know, TV or computer and plug it in, you know. So I think in that regard, GT Omega did a really good job. In terms of sturdiness, I would say obviously the whole rig it's heavy, but it's obviously light in a way that the bottom part is not very heavy, so you can very easily move it like this. But in terms of when I'm gonna be driving, even with the very high force feedback or even DD wheel, this is very good. You know, like no problem. So like this movement for driving, I would say is very solid for what you get for everything, you know. So I'm very happy with this. One important thing that I totally forgot to put in this part of the video is for this rig you can obviously buy some accessory, but one of the accessory is the rear frame for it, which basically turns this whole stand into a rig. So let's say you invest the $120 or euros for this stand when you're limited for space, and then you upgrade or have more space or something like, or your wife hates you that you sim race all the time. You can buy the whole rear frame and put a seat on it and you have a full rig.
What is good, I would say, it's very easy because you can basically disassemble it and put it away very easily. It is obviously heavy depending on what equipment you are using. So that's a very important thing to say. If you are using some very, like, I don't know, Logitech 920 or something like that, it's no problem. But when you put like a DD wheel and triple pedal setup, it might be very heavy to carry somewhere else. But at least you can like disassemble, you know, very, very easily. I think that's a very good thing. I would say the material, you can notice, is very heavy. It's very, I mean, it's metal, right? So like it makes a lot of, it gives you a lot of sturdiness, like for stand like this. You know, this is very important to say. This is not basically a rig, but it's just a standalone stand. But for the use you get, I think it's very, very good. One thing that I personally would prefer, if it would be possible, there is this whole mount for your seat where you can basically, like, you just put your seat on it, right? You slide your wheels and you don't move, which is great. But for someone a little bit taller, I think it might be a little bit of issue because I'm on a maximum. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I'm on a maximum already, like the distance away from the pedals or from the rig itself. And I would prefer to be a little bit more further back, you know, because I would like to basically, okay, let me rephrase it a little bit. The wheel is in a good distance from me, but if I would put the pedals further, then I get closer to the wheel, but my seat will be further back, you know. So if I could, I would put the seat a little bit further back, so I can sit in a little bit more comfortable position, like not comfortable position, but put the pedals in a little different position. You know, because the problem of this for my height is I cannot put it more up. I'm literally on a maximum, but it all probably depends on the base that you are using. I think if you're using like a normal CSL or Logitech wheel, it's gonna be probably fine because they are quite big, so it's gonna be higher. But for example, DD wheel, which is probably not the best example, right? But I think some people might be using DD wheel with the stand like this. The DD wheels is very low, you know, like it's sitting very low. Some other wheels are a little bit higher, you know, or the bases are a little bit higher, but it's sitting very low. So I would basically want to have the wheel a little bit higher, but otherwise it's fine. Otherwise it's fine. I think it's a very good job. I think it's a great it's a great solution for when you don't have a space. Like, I'm a massive fan of having a rig. Like, whatever you can do, please have a rig if possible. But I absolutely understand that if you don't have a space and possibility, or you sim race very occasionally, like once per month or once per week, I think this is a really good solution because it is heavy, it is solid, and it works. You also have a mount for your handbrake or gearbox, or shifter, in a package, and it works very well. And when you basically stop sim racing, you unplug the cables, you move your seat away, bam, bam, I need to tighten some stuff, and you put it away, you know. Oh, it is heavy as set, and you put it away. So yeah. I mean, you guys, what do you think? GT Omega Pro stand.
I wanted to keep it as very simple and show as many pros and cons, because it's a very simple product compared to like equipment and such. And I think it's a very good product overall. Currently at I think around 129 euro price on a European store. So I would say like a good solution for the price. Like yeah, like stable, solid, simple, you know. As said, like, I think maybe if you are very tall, let's say 190 centimeters up, it might be a bit of a, like, depends on your seat. I would say if you're using I have an 8-year-old or 7-year-old seat, so maybe it's a little bit taller. But if your seat can go a little bit lower, Like if you have, for example, the IKEA seat and such, I think it's very, very simple and very good for that one, you know? But if you are a little bit taller and you have a high chair, it might be a little bit discomfortable. But otherwise, I would say it's very good. You know, very easily adjustable. You move everything just like very easy, screw there, and it's done. To follow up what I said at the beginning of the video, that this stand is very unique, I just would like to finish it with why. This rig is very heavy, sturdy solution for very limited space at your home when you want to take sim racing very seriously. Not only the rig or stand is very solid, heavy metal, but it's also foldable, so you can put it in a little bit limited space. And it's also, thanks to accessories, upgradable to a full frame rig. So, yeah. I would say good solution from GT Omega for a very decent price. Let me guys know in the comments. I know this is like a very specific thing for sim racers. I know there's a lot of sim racers fighting with the space for sim racing and the solutions for it. And I think this is one of the solutions you guys can think about. So thank you so much for watching.